Well, welcome back to Henderson Settlement. We're glad that you're joining us this morning. We had some nice winter weather.
Man, yeah, very nice.
Snow and some ice that's not ice falling, but stuff would melt or had rained and then froze, and so it made it pretty slippery out. So we didn't get to do this yesterday, and we're doing it a little early today, and so we hope you're able to catch this. If not, though, but you can watch it a little later in the day. So, but today we're in the administration building down here at the Henderson Settlement main office, and thought we'd just do it from here this morning and just get it out there, and we're trying to catch up on some things. So I do want to make note, though, that if you've called or you've sent emails or something and you haven't gotten the response back, please be patient with us. We're probably, I'd say, maybe half staff today. Yesterday, I don't think hardly anyone was here. A few people maybe, but we're kind of getting back up. And I'd say by tomorrow we'd be pretty close to back to normal operations. But so some things, just deal with weather. You flatlanders out there, this would just be a normal day. No big deal. But for us here in the mountains,
with those 45-degree angles, it just doesn't.
It don't take much, man. I tell you what, it's fun.
It's fun. I had trouble even walking down my driveway to get here yesterday because you hit a spot and you slide a little bit. And
most people don't like my point of view, which is I love the snow.
No, I love it too.
I love it. I love it. It makes it hard for travel, but I love it. I love it when you have big old fluffy flakes and things like that. We've got a few of those at my house, a few miles down the road the other day, but not many. But man, when we get those, I can still just sit and watch it.
Well, this morning with the sun, when it first came over and was shining on it, it just glistened like gems all over the ground. It was very pretty. I tried to get a picture, but you don't get that. You just can't get that.
Yeah, I don't know who these gems are you're talking about.
Gems, like diamonds.
Bad fall. Not jewels. Oh, I see.
Yeah. If only they were diamonds, we could cash some of them in.
We would not worry about struggles with budget and things like that. But so that's just a quick catch up. It's still very cold. It was down like 0 last night, and I think it's right now somewhere around 10 or something degrees. So very cold, but we're going to warm up. We're going into a big thaw.
Yes,
in the next week and a half for the big thaw.
It's supposed to get clear up in the 30s today.
This is the big show. And we're going for the big thaw.
Yes.
The BSBT.
Yep.
But this is a Henderson Settlement Big Show, though, the HSBS.
Yes.
Yes, that's what we.
Yeah, lots of BS.
Yeah. Well, we've got through a lot of the BS right now.
Yes.
So anyway, so I want to introduce today. We've got with us Jane Grubbs, and Jane works in the administration building. She does a lot of different things. She manages her database and different things like that. So we just want to bring Jane on with us today. Many of you that have been here have met Jane, and she's been here quite some time. But thought we'd bring her on. Maybe some of the folks have called and Jane's answered the phone, or she's sent you some kind of correspondence, perhaps. So put a name with a face is always a wonderful thing. So Jane, welcome. We appreciate you being with us this morning. Now, Jane, how long have you worked here at Henderson Settlement?
26 years.
26 years. Wow. Now, are you originally from the Frakes General area?
I live down the road 10 miles.
Yeah.
Big Clear Creek.
But in this general area, you've lived here pretty much all your life?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
I went to high school here.
Oh, did you? At Henderson Settlement? Wow. Didn't realize that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of folks that work here now that went to the Henderson Settlement High School when it was still operating. So you and Frankie and General and Roger, I think, probably went to the Henderson Settlement High School. Outside of that, I don't know if there's anyone else here. I'm a spring chicken. I didn't quite make it. They shut it down before I got to it because they know if it weren't, I would shut it down when I got there.
Yeah, pretty much.
That kind. So you do a lot of things in the admin office and that type of thing. So what's one of the things that you see that is it phone calls or letters or things that most interest you, that with the phone calls, that type of thing?
That interest me?
Yeah, I mean that really gets you,
It's like getting the mail.
Yeah,
what interests me.
Yeah.
Because it's from everybody. I mean, that's all over, and you get different things That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
That's like open presents on Christmas.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Because sometimes people put little cards or little notes in there, and we get to read those first.
Yeah, personalize it.
Yeah.
That's nice. It is. I hadn't thought about that. That's pretty cool. Now I know that one of the things that you do, it's not an official duty, so to speak, and there's a lot of that for all of us that we do little things that aren't kind of what our job description says. But one of the things that Jane is involved in is she has a real knack for the history of Henderson Settlement. So can you tell us a little bit about what you've been doing with some of that?
Yes, I've been trying to save the Hollers newsletters that we've come through all the years that we've been here. Of course, it used to be called different names, but they've finally it's reached up to its Hollers now.
Yeah, Henderson.
What I've done is summarized each Hollers and put it on the computer on a jump drive to save it.
Right.
And I've made like a chronologue down through the years. Who was here, the director, what happened in those years.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And actually, if I had pictures, I'm scanning pictures and putting pictures in with that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So then I can eventually get it ready for a book form.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
Yeah, that's outstanding.
Before I retire.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's outstanding, really. I mean, I knew you were doing a lot of the stuff involved in that, but I didn't realize it was quite that involved. That's pretty awesome.
Having the scanner, Mark gave me his this past few years. That has helped. Yeah,
that's a good thing.
Yeah,
absolutely. Now, so we're coming up on the 100th anniversary of Henderson Settlement in 2025. So we were still 7 years or so away from that. So is part of what you're doing kind of connected maybe with some of that? We haven't made any major plans, but I mean, are we kind of building to a point with some of that, you think? Or
I would like to see that happen.
Yeah.
In 100 years, I'm not sure when that is exactly. I haven't counted it, but we would like to get some people in the area that have been here a while and they used to maybe go school here. Yeah. Talk about the settlement, how it has helped the area and affected their lives. Yeah. That's our goal for. Yeah. And put it in a book.
Yeah, that would
put their picture in it. Yeah. That's our goal.
Yeah, that'd be outstanding.
Now that's separate from what I'm doing.
No, but that's that'd be great.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, I guess that kind of leads me to the question of, so you're taking old newsletters, we call them Hollers now, things like that. They, like you said, they've had different banner titles before, but it's Henderson Hollers now. But are you having? Are there any pictures or things like that we don't have that you would like to have that would be older that maybe some of the folks out there might have?
Yes, if there's any pictures someone has that ties into the settlement that that they would like to share, I'd appreciate getting those.
Especially like historical stuff way back, further back. Yeah, and you wouldn't have to send us the actual picture. You could scan that in or something and email it to us and or copy it or however you wanted to do, and that would be helpful, especially the stuff going back, from 1925, for example, up till probably the 1990s. Really.
That's how I got my background. Yeah. Because Bertha Ryle, when she retired and then passed away, her family sent all of her pictures and her information about the settlement. That's awesome. I had all that to put in. Yeah, that's been great.
That would be. And of course, Mabel Taylor, who was a former teacher here and daughter of Bill Henderson, who donated property. She had a lot of historical things and was writing a book. And I don't know how far that ever got or where it was going, but I don't know. So she had quite a few items like that as well. But man, Jane, I tell you, I'm kind of a history buff myself. That stuff really excites me.
Well, and another thing she's doing too is taking some of that information and putting it into frames and hanging it in some of the buildings. She's got some in the community center down at the Evans house. She's working on some for the other housing so that people, when they visit those houses, know the history of the house that they're staying in too.
Yeah, kind of get a touch of it. Yeah, I saw that.
Shop.
Yeah, those are really nice. Yeah, the craft shop. Now you mentioned Bertha Ryle. Of course, she was a deaconess. Correct. That was here was like the first school teacher, I think.
Yes, she was the first school teacher.
Yeah,
she lived in the old log house.
Yeah, up the little log cabin up here on the hillside.
That's where she lived.
The first school.
Uh-huh.
Man, that's awesome.
That wasn't the first school.
Oh, it wasn't?
No, sir.
Really? I always thought that little log cabin was the actual where they had the first classes.
No.
Huh. What did they do?
She actually found a picture of the
just
first
down
school.
the hill. There was a plank house, and that's where the school was.
Wow.
Yeah, I have actual pictures
awesome.
of the teacher. Some that came along later. I forget their name, but they taught there.
Wow.
And she taught there for a year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome.
Afterwards, after she left, then Hiram Frakes moved in the old log house.
Wow.
And added a room onto it and made it his office.
Wow.
And that's part of the history lesson that's in this Hollers is about the log cabin.
Yeah.
Because we just found this out, so we're going to have to redo our talk and that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
and get a picture of the actual plank building and be showing that off and stuff.
That's awesome. Yeah. So we're kind of moving in, Jane. That was great information. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Of course, now again, that is just one little piece of what Jane does. She does a lot of stuff, and she kind of, I guess that she does that in what little spare time she has doing other things with the database.
Part of Jane's job is keeping me out of trouble. So she gets paid extra for that. I think she gets some hazard pay for that because
there's a lot of hazard in that.
Yeah, there is. I mean, you all know that.
Yeah, that would really break the bank.
Yeah.
If she really got paid what that was worth.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. So send extra donations for Jane because she has to put up with it.
That's right.
She has been a big help to me.
Absolutely. And she's been a big help in a lot of places. Big help to me at work camp.
Yes. They don't know what I do in the background.
Yeah, we want to keep something. Keep it on the down low.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Jane, we appreciate that. Thank you
you're
very
welcome.
much. So we're going to move now over into Casey and talk a little bit about the newsletter stuff that you were talking about. What's going on with that?
Right. We're getting ready to send out the newsletter again. We send out a little over 5,000 of them right now. Yeah. We also have it so that we can send it out online. If people want to switch from the printed version to online version, they just need to let us know by email, carrier pigeon, whatever.
Yeah.
To switch that over and, save us a little cost. Now, it comes in black and white in the printed version because we're trying to be good stewards of our money. Sure. But when we email it out, I email it out in color.
Excellent.
And that sort of thing. So,
cool. So now, if someone is out there and they would be interested in this, what we call the Henderson Hollers, the newsletter that the settlement produces, we try to send that out 4 times a year. Is that correct? And then if they wanted to start receiving this through the mail or electronically, how would they do that? I do believe on the website you can go in and sign up for that. Henderson Settlement.com.
Yeah, or through the contact area, you can go in and
just drop us a note saying, hey.
Yeah, and give us your email address so that we have that.
Sure. No cost for this?
No.
No cost for this
there's no cost for this at all. It costs us.
Well,
but but we send it bulk mail, again, to save on costs.
Absolutely.
And it takes us, 4 or 5 weeks to get it from start to finish, get it out the door sort of thing. This week we're printing. Last week we were getting it published. Yeah. And then now we have to put one of the remittance envelopes in there for people if they want to send back their donations.
Sure.
That goes in, and then we close it on 3 sides, and it gets a label, and then sorted and mailed out. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah,
there's a lot of work that goes in.
Yeah, and we're going to be asking for volunteers. When more people are here, there are people, but we're eventually going to put out so that we have a schedule of when people, if they would like to come help with this sort of stuff, they would be able to come and do that, because we even print our own remittance envelopes. Yeah. So this has to go through the printer twice to do both sides. Yeah. And you have to be right there and just keep doing it. So that takes a little time. Sure. And if a volunteer comes in and does that, that's golden. Yeah. That's just great.
That saves so much time.
It does. And we try to put a little information about everything in here.
Well, I was going to say, what kind of content normally would it have? It's not the same thing every time. It's obviously we try to put.
Well, we always have a letter from the director. Yeah. And he's got a little thing in here this time about a logo he wants to talk about, and so that'll be going out. We always have stories about stuff that's happened. We had somebody working on some house, do the work camp stuff.
Yeah, over the winter.
Over the winter and how that goes. You also have an article that Jerry wrote here, the what if sort of thing. And in that, too, we had a article that went out through, I don't know if I think it was a newspaper or something, where this little girl collected stuff, and her grandma, Martha Zimmerman, and whatever, they donated stuff. You'll have to,
read the article,
read all this.
That was pretty cool. I read that.
She took it upon herself after hearing about Henderson Settlement to collect these items and get them sent here to us and stuff. Awesome. We have Jane's article. We're always trying to put a little history in every time. And I'm not a big history person, but these are always very interesting. And then also for those that are, really love this stuff, I mean, that's great. We always put in our in honor and in memory of. So that when people donate in someone's name or whatever, then we try to print a shortened version of that in here so their name is out there. We've just got other articles about, our blessing quilt and how you can be part of that with your donations and get a quilt square on there. We have events coming up. We have a youth pastors retreat coming up March 15th through the 17th. There'll be more about that coming out. Of course, there's always a greenhouse update.
Oh, imagine that.
Yeah. I don't know how that greenhouse update gets in there. Every time, but it's telling about Mother's Day and how we want to get some items in for that.
Mother's Day, that's for the mothers, right?
Yeah.
Just want to clarify that.
Yeah.
In case anybody's confused out there.
Yeah, no, Mother's Day. Yeah, because leading up to Mother's Day, we have a lot of preparation that week before where schools come in and collect stuff.
Yeah, that's a big thing, really.
It is, and we're going to have more schools come this year, so we're going to need more items and awesome. More people to help with that. Of course, we always have to, ask for money. We always get the ask in there, and different ways of doing that, and this is talking about legacy sort of stuff. We also are going to do a devotion. A small devotion book, so we've been asking people to send in devotions about Henderson Settlement that we can use for work camp. And
the devotional guide that we give folks, work teams that come in, they can use that for a morning devotion.
This time we have a little update on the youth group, what the youth group's been doing. So it varies as to what's going on and what we ask and stuff. Usually it's been about, it's 3 pages this way, but the way we booklet, it ends up being a little bigger, but
that's really nice. That's got a lot of good information in it.
It does. It's fun to put together. You got to shuffle around and play with it and edit. And Mike Feely does most of the editing. He knows what to cut out, what to leave.
Mike Feely's got a hand in this?
He does.
Oh, man.
He does.
That's pretty risky.
I take all that's given to us, and I try to make it pretty and get it out the door. Yeah. And then it gets changed a little bit in the format so it reads straight through. When we send it out in an email to everybody. So I think about 3,000 of them go out in email, and there's over 5,000 of these that get mailed.
Wow, so total about 8,000?
Yeah, and I don't know if there's any carryover between the two, because some people do like getting it this way because they pass that on, but they like getting it in email too because it comes in color.
Yeah, so easily between 5,000 and 8,000 folks is getting it. And certainly we'd love to grow that.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, you don't have to, no cost for receiving that or anything. That's just our way to get the information out there in front of folks like you that support us and help us, or maybe a potential supporter. You don't have to already support the settlement to get this information. If you're just interested in it and would like to know more about us, it's also a great opportunity, a way to share with your church or your youth group or your men's or women's group, whatever the case may be, about some of the things that are going on. This is always a small sample. I'm always having trouble with that.
Which way do you go to be on screen?
Right now, look at that. Oh, well, how about look at this? But it's to say that this is a sample of the many things that are going on every day at Henderson Settlement.
And on the front of this,
so many other things on top of that.
We have so much information. So if you do give this to somebody else, they have our address, our website, our Facebook page, our Twitter, our YouTube. I mean, all kinds of stuff on here. How to use our Easy Tide, the donation form, and all that sort of stuff. So, I mean, this is just very helpful.
It is, and
to hand to somebody.
And we just need your support. That's the bottom line. Typical season of things being tight, and we as a organization always try to be the best stewards of what you give and how you support us, whether that's monetary donations or whether that's clothing or furniture or whatever that you send to us to help us serve this community and this ministry. But we need that support, especially this time of year. And this, it's always tight, and the Lord blesses us, and He blesses us with you, folks like you who realize and recognize that need and want to be a part of helping us continue to do what we do. And we need you. And you have been wonderful over the years, and we hope and pray that you continue to do that. So thought I'd just put that in there real quick. Got to have that. But man, it's January the 18th.
Yes.
So I'm a year older officially.
Yes, officially. Yes,
officially.
I kind of was confused because we got Monday off as a holiday, but your birthday was actually Tuesday. So
yes.
I thought we should have got Tuesday off. Well, then it snowed and we did.
Just like a holiday.
Yeah.
And then, it's so bad for a lot of folks couldn't come in yesterday. So it's, you celebrate, 2 days.
Yeah.
So the employees here ought to appreciate me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do.
Probably.
Well, they appreciated your 4-wheel drive truck while they were gone.
Oh, yeah.
Were gone too.
Well, that's always handy.
Yeah, security doesn't have a 4-wheel drive vehicle.
Yeah,
and it's a little tough in the 2-wheel van to drive to be going up down slippery hills. And
well, that would add excitement.
It would. Yeah, and down in the valley, they just stand up on the knob up there and wave and wait for us to wave back.
It's probably not a good idea for security to get worked up and excited.
Yeah, no.
We don't want that.
No. We don't
so they stand on top of the hill, look down the valley. That's their check-in.
Yeah. Well, when it snows like this,
down there?
My vehicle's been parked for 3 days now, and I can't. I drove it home, and it's had to sit there ever since.
We've had some maintenance guys go down in the valley and everything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, and they have to feed the cows. The tractor's gone down and back up and stuff. But my little car ain't going to make it up.
No. Don't want to risk that.
No, it's not worth it.
Over the years, speaking of history.
Yes.
We've had a few adventurous folks who either didn't realize or didn't care how slick that hill could get. And
even the drive right out here.
Yeah, they didn't quite make it, or they went down faster than they came up. That would happen at times. So,
we had somebody miss the curve out here.
Yeah.
Came straight down off the hill.
Oh, really?
So
that happened in the past few days?
I think it was Friday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, when it was icy. And we're going to have to see about putting that on the work camp list to fix that wall because it knocked some of the rocks out of the wall. Didn't take out any signs or anything, and there's no oil spill, so it must not have tore out their undercarriage as they did.
That's good. Glad nobody got hurt.
Nope. Off they went. So it's all good. But you could see the tracks coming down.
Yeah, that's.
And I'm sure there's a little.
It's not the first time that's happened.
No, and there's been going up too. That you don't make the turn going up, you end up going straight across. But
it gets rough here in the hills.
It does.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, that little bit of an angle. I mean, really, seriously, people like you said, they don't understand.
No, they have no clue. Even locals, they don't realize that going up that little curve there gets pretty rough. Well, folks, man, Casey.
Yeah.
Watch this, man. It's been 23 minutes. Time has flown by.
It does.
Man, I'm so happy that Jane came in and spent a few minutes.
Yeah, well, the luxury of having it down here, you just pull somebody in from the other room. If she was going through to get her coffee, we just didn't let her out of the room, and she had to talk to us.
Jane is a wonderful worker and does so much, and we just really appreciate what she does. And there's so many folks here that work in offices that are sometimes they're not out and saw as much as far as with visitors and work cameras and stuff, but they totally are so important to what we do and what you help make possible. So we appreciate all those folks. And any opportunity we can get to let the people out there know that how important they are to what goes on here in this ministry.
Yes.
We want to honor that.
Yeah, it takes the whole team.
It certainly does.
All the different parts of the body of Christ to make this place run.
Preach it, sister.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do.
Oh.
And these people are part of that body too. I don't know what parts they're representing. I mean, some of them, are the parts you don't see, and some of them are the parts that are out front talking to people. I mean,
a lot of them, they like, after somebody representing that part, they're slapping me across the face. Hey, that must have been a work camper right there. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, folks, we appreciate you. And we're glad that we had the opportunity to get with you today, and appreciate you joining us here on this Thursday morning. We'll be back, barring any bad weather, or internet issues, or whatever.
Yeah, we have all kinds of fun.
Next Wednesday at 2:00. God bless you. Have a safe weekend, and we'll see you next week.